Hi friends, welcome to Mech Plaza. Today we are going to see how to identify bearings by bearing number, calculation and nomenclature. If you know the bearing nomenclature procedure and its simple calculations, you can easily identify and decode bearing details by its bearing number. A bearing number contains many hidden information about the bearing in itself. The bearing number or pattern number provide us enough details about the bearing silently. In this video, we will discuss about how to identify bearings by bearing number. Let us take an example to understand the bearing nomenclature more easily. Suppose we have a bearing whose pattern number is 630GG. Let us divide it in subcomponents. Here 6 indicate bearing type. The second number 3 means bearing series. Then third and fourth number means bearing bore size. After that, last letters means bearings sealing type. There are few companies which use their separate identifying nomenclature. However, most of them follow a common standard for bearing nomenclature. Types of bearings and their code in bearing number. So in this table, the first column is type code, the second column is bearing name. If type code 1 means the bearing name is self-aligning ball bearing, 2 is spherical roller bearing, 3 is double row angular contact ball bearing, 4 double row ball bearing, 5 thrust ball bearing, 6 single row deep groove ball bearing, 7 single row angular contact bearing, 8 felt C bearing, 32 by T is tapered roller bearing, R is inch bearing, N is cylindrical roller bearing, NN is double row roller bearing, NA is needle roller bearing, BK is needle roller bearing with closed end, HK is needle roller bearing with open end, C is carb toroidal roller bearings, K is needle roller and cage thrust assembly, QJ is 4-point contact ball bearings. Thus, we can easily identify now that in case of bearing 6305GG, the first digit 6 means the bearing type is single row deep groove ball bearing. In case of inch bearings, the bearing's first digit will be R. After R, the size of the bearing will be given in 1/16 of an inch. To understand it better, let's take an example of inch bearing. Suppose we have R4 3RS bearing. Here R4 means it is an inch bearing whose bore size is 4/16, or you can say 1/14 of an inch. Bearing series and their code in bearing number. The second digit of a bearing pattern number indicates the bearing series. Series of a bearing denotes the toughness of the bearing. They are series code and series descriptions. If series code 0 means series description is extra light. If it is 1, then extra light thrust, 2 is light, 3 is medium, 4 is heavy, 8 is extra thin section, 9 is very thin section. Thus, we can identify now that in case of bearing 6305GG, the second digit 3 means the bearing is of medium toughness. Let's see. Bore size of bearing. The third and fourth digit of bearing in pattern number indicates the bore size of bearing. It is the inner diameter of the bearing and measured in millimeters. In general, the force size is equal to 5 times the third and fourth digit of bearings in pattern number. However, from 0 to 3, this formula does not imply. The bore size indicated by 0 to 3 are: if third and fourth digit 00, then the bore size is 10 mm. If third and fourth digit 01, then the bore size is 12 mm. If 02, then the bore size is 15 mm. If 03 is 17 mm. From hereafter, the third and fourth digit will be multiplied by 5. Then if third and fourth digit 04, multiply the 04 by 5, then you can get 20. So the bore size is 20 mm. If it is 05, then the bore size is 25 mm. If it is 06, then 30 mm. If 07, 35 mm. If 08, 40 mm. 09, 45 mm. If 10, 50 mm. Note: in case there is no fourth digit, then the third digit indicates the bore size in mm. For example, in case of bearing 636, the bore size of the bearing will be 6 mm. Thus, we can identify now that in case of bearing 6305 GG, the third and fourth digit 05 means the bearing's bore size is 25 mm. Sealing, speciality of bearing in bearing number. The last letters of the bearing indicates the availability, unavailability, or type of sealing or sealing and other speciality in the bearing. The various type of indications are below. Code, the last letters. Then what are the descriptions for these codes? Let's see. If code G, then it is one side shielded. If code GG, then the bearing is both sides shielded. If RS, then one side sealed. If 2RS, then both sides sealed. V is one side non-contact seal. VV is both sides non-contact seal. DDU is both sides contact seals. NR is snap ring and groove. M is brass cage. Thus, we can identify now that in case of bearing 6305 GG, the last letters GG means the bearing is shielded from both sides. Coming to the conclusion, we can now easily decode bearing number of most of the bearings. Here, bearing 6305 GG means it is a single row deep groove ball bearing having medium toughness with a bore size of 25 mm and is sealed from both sides. Subscribe this channel for more videos.